Buenas tardes, hola a todos, ¿cómo han estado? Aquí estamos nuevamente, tenemos un invitado hoy, Jack va a ser nuestro invitado.
Excited to be here.
Thank you, Jack. Queremos avisarles un poquito, hemos estado haciendo videos, Manuel y yo, sobre qué es lo que hemos estado haciendo todo este tiempo. Como algunos de ustedes ya saben, hemos estado trabajando en decirles cómo le hemos hecho para seguir adelante. Jack nos va a hablar un poquito de cuál es la tercera empresa y el tercer negocio que tenemos y el por qué estamos aquí. El estar aquí ha sido algo muy bueno donde nos está dando muchos frutos, no solamente personales, pero para la familia y las personas que nos rodean, ¿no? Jack es una persona que ha estado en esta industria financiera por más de 20 años, es un magneto en el área. Esto para él es lo que le apasiona. No solamente no es el mentor de nosotros, pero él tiene toda su familia aquí, su esposa y sus hijos son parte de esto y es algo que nos ha apasionado también a nosotros seguir en esta industria, el poder tomar esta tercera etapa. So Jack, I just told our audiences that you are a big giant in this financial industry. You have over 20 years of experience, and this is something that is your passion. Your family is it. So you're not just mentoring us, but your family is part of it, and you're mentoring thousands of people as well. We like to hear from you. What do you think mentorship does to anybody who's starting their business?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I appreciate the question. First of all, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Manuel and Diana. You two are a special couple for us, and I know you're about to do something very, very big for thousands and eventually millions of people. You have a big mission and I'm excited to be here. So to answer your question, why is mentorship important? When we first started in this business back 21 years ago, my wife and I came into a meeting and we were financially struggling and we met a mentor. We met someone who kind of took us under their wing and taught us the business and helped us be successful. But I remember her saying something. She said, successful people have a mentor. Everybody else has a boss. And that hit me right there because that was very true, because we become like the people we hang around with most of the time. And unfortunately, most of us hang around with people that are kind of similar like us and live the same way we live. And it's important to find a person, a mentor that has a vested interest, that's willing to put time to mentor you, and your life can get better because of their mentorship. So I think it's crucial. And my wife and I have now built an organization in 41 states and we'll be in 50 states next year. And we just love coaching and developing people all across the country, and we love watching people become successful. So I would highly encourage, if you're someone who does not have a business coach or a financial mentor, make sure you have access to someone who could help you with that. And I have an incredible couple sitting here right in front of me, and they're amazing at this stuff too. But no, it's highly important because without mentorship, it's really almost impossible to make it big, because the most successful people in the world have mentors.
Exactly. Thank you for that. It's very important. What kind of things, or how do you mentorship people? What are the bases that you base it on?
Well, to mentor people, first we have to identify what they want. Everybody wants something. So it's important for us to know what they want. And then it's important for us to know what are some things they're afraid of and what's holding them back. And then it's important for us to give them clear instruction and guide them and sometimes challenge them and let them know what their gifts are and constantly remind them what their gifts are. And then being able to hold them accountable, because at the end of the day, we all want something, but we're all afraid of something. The average person says, I wish I could reach that. I wish I could have this. But at the end of the day, the mind goes back to what's familiar. It goes back to what they're used to. So for example, I grew up in a hardworking middle-class family, and I never believed, I used to say, I want to make a lot of money. The more the better, but I didn't believe I could make more. I had a certain set amount in my mind that I didn't think I could ever pass that. That was my paradigm. So therefore, I believe mentorship, what mentors do is they help you find your gifts, identify what your gifts are, and then they challenge you, but also most importantly, give you a direction and coach you on what you need to do to be successful and hold you accountable so you could have that paradigm shift and become the person that you were born to become.
Thank you, Jack. That was wonderful. Thank you. Manuel.
Estoy muy contento de estar aquí con Jack también, mi mentor, mi coach personal, me ha ayudado bastante. Tenemos una misión bien grande este año y queremos llegar a mucha gente.
How important is this industry for the general public, for everybody hearing?
The financial services or financial education? Well, it's crucial because today when you look in America, we live in the richest country in the world. We have 347 million people in the United States. Sadly, only 5% of people are financially secure. The rest of than 95% of people have to work for their money every day. These are people who have temporary income. I'll give you an example. 95% of the population in America, they have a temporary income. What that means is, and they don't even realize this, but what that means is 3 things can cause anybody's income to stop. One is long-term disability. Second one's a critical illness. A person could go through a heart attack, stroke, cancer, they could lose their income. Or the third one is healthy retirement, which everyone wants to live long and healthy. So the challenge is that when most people's incomes stop, whether it's again aging, retirement, whatever that might be, or health issue, most people cannot live for more than 3, 4, 5, 6 months. The reality is everybody needs to have access to the financial services industry to learn the tools that's necessary to learn the formula how wealth is created. You know, we live in a society that most people are skeptical when they hear about finances. Reality is you should be actually so open to learn, because without financial education, people remain in poverty. Like, we came in this business 21 years ago. So my belief is that everyone at one point should get involved in the financial industry or work with someone who's a licensed expert in that industry, so you could learn the things that schools never taught us. And
perfect. Thank you, Jack. Now, with that said, how difficult is it to work in this industry?
As far as a career-wise, well, you know, it depends. We mentor thousands of people throughout the years, Diana, and we're selective who we bring on board. Like, we look for character, obviously, people who are trusted individuals and people who like helping people. But I've noticed there's really 3 ways that people do it here with us. You know, the first way is we have a lot of referral partners. Like, when my wife and I first came in, I was an optician, we're in the medical field. I didn't see myself being a financial person, but our trainer said, if you get your license and work with me on a part-time basis, I could help you make extra few $1,000s on the side on referrals. That's how we started. Until I remember, I tell you a story. We went on our 3rd appointment and we watched our trainer help a family that was in debt, and they were saving money in bank accounts and they were earning less than 1% on their savings, and they had no plan for their future. They had a 401k retirement plan that was losing money, and we saw what a difference our trainer made and how we restructured some things and restructured a few things and got that family back on track. And I remember my wife and I were like, oh my God, this is amazing. I could see us doing this in a long term. And then we went from a referral partner to become a certified trainer. But then the third category which we moved into is we moved into ownership, because our industry obviously provides ownership opportunities for people who want to build their own agency and be able to become a business owner. And you know, there's a saying, actually a question: would you rather have 100% of your own income or versus 1% of 100 people's efforts? If you look at some of the most successful people in business, they have lots of people doing a little bit instead of one person doing all the work by themselves. It's pretty common sense, right? The more ends, the better. So hope that answers your question. You know, there's, again, referral partners in our business. There's those who are full-time trainers, and then there's those who become brokers and become owners and go build something substantial for their family and make their dreams come true. Yeah, absolutely. It's the highest paid industry for the right person.
My next question would be, what can we do for a family?
Well, what I would say is, the first thing is you should sit down and with Manuel and Diana, for example, they're licensed professionals, and get a complimentary financial analysis, complimentary financial checkup. This couple, they're not salespeople. They're not out there trying to make a sale. They really want to educate and help consumer. They want to raise awareness. I've known them for quite some time. They come from a good place. So I would say everybody should get a complimentary financial needs analysis to identify their income gap. See, our listeners, the viewers right now listening to this, most of them, they don't understand what their income gap is. Majority of people, they don't even have their FIN number, their financial independence number. I think getting a financial needs analysis could help us realize where you are and where you need to go. And then we'll see what's the income gap. And then they could come up with a solution on how to close the income gap. Because obviously the financial industry has so many great tools on how you could protect your family, how you could have living benefits, how to save for retirement. Okay? And these are things everybody should learn, but it starts with that. Everyone should get a financial needs analysis, and then you find out what's important, what's suitable for that specific family.
Muchas gracias, Jack. Jack nos está dando mucha información ahorita de qué es lo que podemos hacer nosotros para las familias, qué tipo de educación necesitamos para poder salir adelante. Esto es una industria donde todos podemos agarrar un pedacito y hacerlo de nosotros para poder sobresalir en todas las etapas de nuestras vidas. Y les invitamos que por favor déjenos los mensajes, háganos las preguntas y nosotros podemos regresar y hablar con Jack otra vez para que nos pueda responder más más preguntas si son necesarias o se las respondemos nosotros.
Pues la verdad estoy muy contento de estar aquí con Jack, que nos está apoyando en esta nueva aventura que estamos haciendo, y de verdad queremos que también ustedes nos apoyen, nos dejen saber qué piensan, qué les gustaría escuchar, qué les gustaría aprender más que nada, porque esta es una industria muy muy grande y de verdad nos gustaría poder ser una persona que les ayude, que les dé una enseñanza cuando menos mínimo, para que ustedes también un día puedan llegar a decir somos personas exitosas en lo que estamos haciendo. Como te dije, no importa lo que hagas, no importa lo que estés haciendo, la cosa es que lo hagas feliz y estés contento con lo que estés haciendo. Y pues de verdad, muchas gracias nuevamente, Jack, por estar con nosotros esta noche. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y lo invitaremos a Jack otra vez. Nos estamos viendo prontamente. Gracias.